Hey, my creators, how you doing today? I am going to show you how to make digital planners using Canva. And these will be hyperlinked planners. They will end up being PDF files that your customer can upload to their planner, like, any tablet that they have that allows them to upload a PDF file. So if you're ready for some fun, sit back, get your pad and your pen and pencil. Get something to drink, wine, coffee, water, juice, whatever you prefer. Let's have some fun. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, my creators, so you can see I'm on Canva and I am just going to click on the plus sign to the left here that says create. And when we click on create, we are going to be able to choose the workspace size that we want. And so I see what I want because I've already used it. It's 8.5 by 11. So I'm just going to click on there. Now, if this was not here, I would actually type in the width, which would be 8.5, and the height, which would be 11. But because I've recently used the size, Canva is allowing me to just choose the size. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this 8.5 by 11, and then it's going to open up into a workspace that is 8.5 by 11, and we can start working on this template. Okay. Now, one of the things that you want to know before you start designing, you want to have an idea of what you're going to make. Okay. So we're going to make a planner. And honestly, I don't have any idea, but when I'm doing this for someone, I do have an idea, but I don't have an idea of what we're going to make because I wanted to leave the creativity open, right? I wanted to save my creativity for you guys. So, so that's what we're going to do now. So, it's taking a little time to load here. I don't know if my computer is slow or um, not sure, but we are going to, okay, here we go. All right, so now I'm gonna just go over, I'm gonna click on photos, okay? Now in Canva, and I'm not an attorney, so you have to read this for yourself. But my understanding is that you are able to use their elements and photos and things as long as you put them together to form something else, right? So you're putting these elements together to form a brand new product. In this case, a digital planner. So we're going to use everything directly from Canva. This will also save you money. So you don't have to buy, photos and things from other vendors. Okay. So a lot of times people don't understand that. And so you can save money by just using Canva as long as you have the pro subscription and as long as you are not selling their images or elements directly. Okay. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. So we're going to go up here in the search and we're going to type in floral background. Let's click on pink floral background and see what comes up. A lot of pretty designs here. A lot of pretty designs, okay? Now you'll notice that some of these have the crown on it, which means that they're only available for people who have a pro subscription. And I would really highly recommend that. But if you don't want to do that, there are some free versions here. However, do remember when you have free versions, you're sometimes limited to what you can download, different things like that. So, right now, I'm just going to click on this one right here, very pretty. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose set image as background. So now I have my pretty background that we are going to use as a cover. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I've uploaded some images that I created over in, I think Midjourney. I created most of these particular images. I'm just going to click on this one here, and you'll see it has a background, but I want the background removed. So I'm going to click on background or BG remover. And by the way, this is also a premium tool. So if you don't have a premium subscription, you're not able to use the background remover. Okay, so I'm cropping it down a little bit, and now I'm gonna just make it a little larger. Just trying to fit this on the cover. Okay, that looks good. All right, and now I'm just going to press the T on my keyboard, which will give me a text box. And now let's call this Every Girl's Planner. Okay, I'm going to move this up to the top, and we're going to change the font by clicking in the font box. And let's change this to a pretty, maybe a script font. I've uploaded so many different fonts from Creative Fabrica. And if you don't have a premium subscription, you're not able to upload fonts either. Okay. So this actually is called Chunky Student Regular. And I think I uploaded this as well. I want to do an effect on here. Let me do an outline. I want to make the outline black, and I want to make the inside color like a pink. I don't know which pink. I like that one. Okay. So this is our Every Girl's Planner. Every Girl's Planner. Okay, cool. And now what I'm going to do, because if you look closely, let me make this a little larger. Over here, right here, her arm, when I remove the background, it removes some of her arm. So we're going to fix that. We're going to kind of camouflage that. So let's go over to the Elements tab, and let's type in pink watercolor. And let's see what we have here. I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to click on this one. Um, and now Canva has a where you can actually change the color of your images. This was not always the case with Canva. So I like the fact that you can do that now. Excuse me. So I just want to kind of camouflage it. So I'm going to make this a little smaller, and I'm going to put this to the back. So I'm going to choose layer and send backward. Let me do it again. Layer and send backward. So it just camouflages it a little bit. It's not completely, but it makes it a little, well, you don't notice it as much. Another thing you can do, and this is just being creative, this is me. A lot of times you have to find ways to do things. So I have duplicated the image of the women, and what I'm going to do, I'm just cropping it down to where I just have her arm, and let's make it a little smaller. Put it up here. I'm going to kind of turn it some. Make it a little smaller. Turn it a little more. And then let's see. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. It just kind of depends. I think that might work. Let's see if we can make it a little longer. Okay. So now we're going to click on position, and we're going to go to the layers tab, and we're going to layer this piece behind here. Okay, there we go. So I created a little arm for her. So kind of looks like she has on a pink bracelet. Here, I'll make it a little larger so you can see. So it kind of looks like she has a pink bracelet and some gold bracelets, and then that's her arm. So that's another way, you have to do what you have to do. All right, so now what I want to do, I want to group all these pieces together so that when I move it, the arm piece is still there. I don't want this piece though, so let me ungroup it. I don't need that piece. Let me delete that. And let me group these back together. Okay, there we go. And now we can add some other little things on here. Let's duplicate this text and we're going to type in here 2026, okay? 2026, and we will make this a bit larger. Yeah, I think that's cool. 2026. I'm going back over to the layers tab and I'm going to type in gold slash. And this, I'm going to click on see all. This is one of my favorite things to use if I can find it. I don't know why I don't save this somewhere. I think I favorited it, but I'm not sure if I did or not. We're just going to look for it. I think it's in here. Just have to scroll down a bit to find it. Those of you who have been with me for a while, when I find it, you're going to be like, oh yeah, there it is. You know which one. Okay, there it is. That's also a premium element there. Okay, so let's make this a little smaller. We're going to put this at the bottom down here, and we're going to widen it just across the page, and we're going to kind of put it to the bottom of their legs. Okay, there we go. And I think I might make the outline of these white. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I think I can make the outline white. I think it, you can do either, whatever you want. No, that one needs to be black. So let me undo it. And let me just undo that one. I'll keep it as black for now. Okay. All right, so now we have our cover. But you know what I want to do? Smooth this up just a little bit. Make this a little smaller. Make this a little smaller. Move this up some. We're 2026 down. And now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little border on here. Okay, so what we want to do for the border, while you're in the elements, let's type in frame. And we are going to, let's click off of graphics. And we want this frame right here. This is a Canva frame that allows you to just pop anything into it. And it'll fit right inside of this frame, okay? So let's make this a little larger. All right, move this over some and okay, there we go. So we want to make sure this covers the entire side and let me make the workspace larger so you can see that. All right, so now we're going to put a photo inside of here. We're going to make it look like a side binding. You know how I like the bindings on the side of a notebook? Do I have one here? I was going to show you, but you'll know what I'm talking about. So let me click on photos. And since we have the outline of the text in black, let's type in black textured paper. Let's see what comes up. There are a lot of free options you can use. But if you have the paid subscription, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, I like that. Make this a little smaller. And we can pull this over just a tad and crop the edges down. All right, now we can also do some things with the text. Let me curve this text and see how it looks curved. Okay, we can change the thickness of the border if we want. So I made it just a little thinner. And we're going to, let's see how we're going to do the curve. We'll do the curve just slightly, like 36. Okay, there we go. Move this up a little. We can keep that there, actually. Okay, perfect. Now let's change this so that this border is not so thick either. It can be a little thicker than the text at the top, but still just a pinch thinner. Okay, so we're going to move this up a little. Click off of it. Okay, there we go. And you can also, um, let me click back on the color because, you can use a gradient color as well if you want. So I changed that to a gradient color. You can make it whatever color you want. I think I like this one, so we'll leave it just like that. That way it contrasts from the top. It's a little different, okay? Now what you want to do is make a little button right here so that it opens. This is going to be where people will click on to open it on their digital planner, okay? So I'm just going to type over here, pink button. And let's see if we can find anything cute. Um, I'm in the photos. Let me go to elements and let me type in pink button. Click on see all. Okay, this is cute. We'll click on that one. Make it a little smaller. And then we'll move it over here. So you can see it's coming together. It's starting to look like a planner. And you can change the color if you want. If you want to make this black, you can make it black. Whatever you want to do, you can do that. Okay. And sometimes because it's already a predefined color, if you click on another color, it won't be exactly the color that you necessarily want sometimes. It depends, okay? So let me just undo that and keep it as the pink. Yeah, I'll just keep it as the pink, okay? Let's see. Yeah. All right, so now the other thing we want to do, I want to type a T on the keyboard and I want to type the word open. And we're going to move this up here. First of all, let's put it to the left, left aligned. And we are going to put it right here. And we're going to make it a little larger. Okay. All right, and then we're going to come back to this and I'll show you how we're going to use this, how we're going to actually use this button as a link to open the planner that your customers will use when they open the planner. All right, creators, I just wanted to hop on to Canva right quick. I'll leave this link in the description as well. But this is Canva's rules about selling digital ebooks and other online publications. And I don't see anywhere where they specifically mention planners, but it is an online type of publication. So I think that it might fall within this category. So I'll leave that link for you to read. Make sure you read that. But to my understanding, what I'm doing is following these rules. And I'm really big on following rules. I like to do everything ethically. We want to stay on the up and up, especially when you're selling to other people because you want to make sure that they don't get into trouble because of something that they purchased from you. So make sure you check that out. I'll leave the link in the description, but you should check that out for yourself. If you need to discuss it with an attorney, please do so. I'm not advising you to use Canva templates. I am only explaining to you my understanding for what I am doing. Just so you know, my creators, if you're someone who wants a little more support, more structure, and real resources to create with, I do have my Joy Art Creators Club membership. And that's where I share deeper trend insights, product ideas, and some things that I don't always put on YouTube. I've also included access to hundreds, literally hundreds of high resolution images that with a little tweaking, you can actually use for digital products, crafts, and print on demand projects. So this way you're not starting from scratch every time you want to create something new. All right, my creators, so we're back on Canva. We are on a second blank page, and we are actually in the design tab over here on the left, and I just simply type in 2026 calendar and it gave me some designs, right? So based on what I just read from Canva and my understanding, I am going to use one of these templates. I want a calendar, a pretty plain calendar, I think, for 2026. And let's choose this one. All right, this is a good one. Let me see if I am able to, it's still loading. Why is it still loading? Is this just my computer? Um, let's see what's happening here. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Not sure why my computer is so slow today, but I'll click back on page 2 here. Yeah, my computer is really slow. Okay, there we go. I think. Come on. Uh, It's playing with me. All right, so here we go. We're on the calendar. I can change the font, and so I just feel more comfortable changing things around a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of look at the font that I have on my front page, and this is called Chunky Student. And maybe I'll change this one over here to Chunky Student as well. All right, there it is. And then I'll change all of these as well. I'm going to hold my Shift key. I'm on a PC. I'm not sure if you would do the same on a Mac. I'm going to change all of these titles also to that same, to that same font, the Chunky Student Regular. All right, so I've changed all of them. And the other thing I'm going to do, since on the front page it's kind of floral, we are going to add some maybe floral design, maybe a pink flower or something, pink floral to this page as well. I want it to be modern. I don't want it to look like a funeral. Okay, or not a funeral. I don't want it to look like an obituary. Okay, so I'm going to click on See All, and let's find something kind of modern. Um, Not too heavy because the front is pretty light. Actually, let's type in pink watercolor because the front is actually more watercolor than actually floral. Okay, so let's click on this. Great. Okay, and now we can just kind of we can lighten this a little bit by clicking on the transparency. Let's lighten it up a little bit. And maybe I'll duplicate this and put one down here. Okay, it just kind of gives it that kind of pinkish feel that's like on the front cover. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to click on the 3 dots and we are now going to name this page, and I'll name this 2026 calendar. All right, so now we have named our page 2026 calendar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the first page. Remember we created the button? Okay, so we are now going to link this to our first page, okay? So while I have this text box selected, I'm going to click on the 3 dots. I'm going to choose link, and I am going to find the page that I want to link it to. All right, so it linked it. It should have linked it to that page. Let's check again to make sure. I don't know why it didn't. Okay. Didn't link it. I don't know what's going on here, guys, but it is not. There it is. Okay. Okay, now there it is. It should come up like that. My computer is a little slow tonight, but it should come up looking like that. So when it does that, you can secure it by clicking done. And now it's going to hover over it and you'll see that it's linked to that page. But we also want to link this button as well. Okay, we link the text, but some people might click on the button or anywhere in this area you want it to open to that page. Okay, so now I'm clicking on the actual button and I'm clicking on link, and I am going to choose the same page. And I'm going to choose done. And now it's hovering over and you'll see that it's linked to our second page. Okay. Now we're going to go to page 2. And actually, we need to go to page 3, and we're going to create a new page for page 3. Maybe we'll make this like our maybe our daily calendar entry page. I'm just going to do like 2 or 3 pages, but you can do as many pages as you want in your planner. The more, the merrier, right? And customers will feel really happy about that. So let's start another page and I'll show you what you need to do in order to link that page as well. Hey, my creators, I'm so sorry. While I was editing the previous slide, I see that my little face was in the way. So I want to show you again how you would link a text or element or something to a page. So I've moved myself out of the way so you should be able to see it clearly. We already linked this. So let's pretend we were going to link this 2026 right here. So we were going to link this or anything to a page. You would just click on the item that you want people to click on to link to a particular destination. Okay. So I've got the 2026 highlighted or selected. I'm clicking on the 3 buttons and now I'm going to choose link. When I choose link, my pages in the document should come up. Once they come up, and the problem for me was that I wasn't waiting until they appeared. So you have to actually wait until they appear. Then you click on it. Once you click on it, it should hover above the image or somewhere near it. And now you can see where it's going to. You make sure that you click on the page that you want it to go to. Okay. So I'm not going to link that though, so we're not going to do that. But let me do it one more time. You will click on the 3 dots. Now we could edit the link because it actually selected page 2. But you could go down. Let me delete this out. If I delete this, now it gives me all of the options that I could possibly link that image to. Page 3, we have a page 3, but we didn't title it. We have a page 1, we didn't title that, which we're going to. We're going to title that home or cover. And then we have page 2, okay? So that's how you would do that. But this doesn't need to be linked. So I think, is there a remove link? It's just an edit link. Okay, so let me edit the link. And I'm just going to trash it. If I trash it, it deletes the link. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you saw how to do that. But the other thing I want to show you on page 2, we want to actually add a binder on the side. So in the Elements tab, I typed in spiral binder. So this one is black, but we'll make it silver. I think this one is silver. Okay, so this is large. So all you have to do is grab the edges of it and pull it inward, and that makes it smaller. And then we'll end up just kind of duplicating this, all right? We don't want it all the way in the middle because if you were holding an actual binder, the left side of this would be in the back of the binder, right? You wouldn't see the entire ring. You would just see part of it, okay? So now we're going to duplicate that. And we are going to actually just move this down. Okay, looks about right. Maybe pull it up just a tad. Okay, now we're going to duplicate this one time. And we're going to move this down. And we're probably going to have to crop this some because that's about perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to hold my shift key and I'm going to select all 3 binders and I'm just going to group them together. So that way when I move this or copy it, I've got one solid piece, okay? So I just wanted to show you that. So we're going to put this on every page. So what we're going to do, instead of actually copying this on every page, we're just going to duplicate this particular page because our binder is already there. And oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let's not duplicate. Well, yeah, let's just go ahead and duplicate that. And since now we're on page 3, let's delete the pink watercolor and let's delete all of the calendar stuff because we don't need that. What we are going to do, we're going to go back up to design, and I already started typing in planner page. So we're going to use one of these planner pages to go inside of our design. So you can, it depends on you. You design it however you want to design. Let's just, that's a meal plan. Let's see if I can find a daily calendar. It's a notes plan. Let's see, daily schedule. Okay, it's a daily planner. Let's use this one. And once it completely loads, we're going to change this font as well. Let's highlight all of our fonts. Let's see if I can just do this. I think I can. And that and that. And let's change this to the font that we were using, which is Chunky Student Regular. And you'll notice on the bottom on the left, it says change all. So I would do that if I had more pages because it would change all of the text on all of the pages to be the same. Okay, so we can go ahead and choose change all. Doesn't really matter. And page 3, oh, I must have skipped a page accidentally. So let's just move this page over here. This becomes page 3. We're going to click on the 3 dots and we're going to rename this page and we're going to name this day 1. Okay, so that's day 1. And let's go back to page 2. Let's see. See, this is why you need to plan it out, but I'm just showing you, had no idea what we were going to do. But if you kind of plan it out, you won't spend as much time doing it. So I'm trying to figure out how we can have this linked. Let's go back to page 2. Let's take this watercolor. Let's copy this. Let's put this on page 3 as well. All right, just to have some synonymous, some symmetry between all the pages, okay? And I want to make all of this, I think, black. Yeah, so I can actually just kind of highlight the whole page and make all of the text black. All right, so all the text is now black. Let me make this a little larger so you can see. There we go. Okay, I like this one because a lot of times on the planner pages, they give you like military time, and I don't want that. Let's position this so that it's in the back. So to the back, that's this watercolor piece. All right, so there we go. That's the daily schedule. And you know what I do want to do? Let me duplicate this page. And what we're going to do, we're going to move this over by grabbing it. I'm going to make an index page. Okay. Index pages are nice because if you have a large planner, instead of having to put like 20 tabs on the side, you can use the index page and I'll show you. So let's go here. We're going to keep our font the same, the Chunky Student. Let's see. Okay, so the size here is 64. So we're going to make our titles all 64. So we're going to change this, and this is going to say index. And we are going to make this a size 64. All right. And we are going to center this like the calendar. Okay. Now the calendar, it's a solid black, this number 2026. So we're going to copy the style of this by choosing the paintbrush on the top right-hand side. We're going to go over to page 1 and we are going to paint the style for the index as the same. That's what I just did, okay? So we are going to, let's move this out of the way for a minute. We're going to delete, I don't want to delete my, let's see. I want to delete some of these things, but not all. Let's move this watercolor. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these. Let's move the watercolor. Let's get rid of these. And let's get rid of that. All right, now what we're going to do with this watercolor, we're going to lock it in place so it won't move. So click on the 3 dots, choose lock, and choose lock position only. Sometimes if you choose lock, it'll lock the entire page. You don't want that. That's a hassle. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, because this is the index page, it's just like if you have a book and it says index, that's what this is going to be. It's going to be the index, so we can click on each one of these links and get to whatever page that we want. So we're going to choose, we're going to click in here, we're going to type calendar or 2026 calendar. Okay, let's widen this up. All right, now let's click over here on my calendar page. Let's see what size these are, size 18. So let's make this a size 18 as well. Oops, 18. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to start linking again, okay? So I have this highlighted, this 2026 calendar. I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to choose link. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it to the 2026 calendar, okay? So there we go. 2026 calendar. Done, okay? Now, go here. Let's change this to say monthly. And I'm just doing this because I want to quickly show you something. Okay, monthly schedule. So this time wouldn't make any sense for a monthly schedule. You wouldn't have this on here for monthly schedule because you can't schedule an hour for a month. You know what I mean? So we're just going to take these out of here. And we're going to take that out. We're going to take that out. Monthly schedule. And we're going to take this out. We're going to take this out. We're going to duplicate this. I'm going to hold the shift key and extend it out. Holding the shift key keeps the line straight. So now let's duplicate it. Move it over so they're even. I'm going to grab both of them with my mouse. I'm going to duplicate it again, or duplicate it. Now I'm going to grab all 4, duplicate those, pull those down, grab all of these. I'm going to group these, okay? Now I'm going to duplicate it, pull that down. It's probably, there we go. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. Let's get rid of this 5 o'clock one though. Why can't I grab that? Get rid of that, get rid of that. Pull this back over. Okay, so now we have a monthly schedule, okay? So here's our index page. This is going to go to the 2026 calendar. And for some reason, it already does. I don't know why. Oh, because we copied this, I think, right? We duplicated this? Yeah. Okay, so this is correctly linked to the 2026 calendar. Let's name this page as index, not day 1. All right, so there's our index. Here is our calendar. This is named, and this is monthly schedule. We're going to name this monthly. And actually, you would probably have like 12 months or something. So I'm just going to call this monthly 1. Okay. So then we're going to go back to the index page. We're going to duplicate this one. I'm going to go down here. We're going to call this monthly 1. All right. So now, remember we duplicated this. So this already is linked to something, but we're going to edit this. We're going to edit the link. I'm going to delete that out. And now we are going to go down and click on monthly because that's what we want to link it to. All right. So now you see it's confirmed. It's linked to monthly 1. All right. So now what we have to do, we have to link each of these pages back to the home page and the index page. But first, what we want to do on page, we had a binder somewhere. Where's our binder, guys? It's there. Okay. So now we want to click on our binder. We want to right click. We want to copy this and we want to put this on all of our pages. Paste it there and then paste it there. Perfect. Okay. What is this page? I don't think we even need this page. Okay, so right now we just have a 4-page binder, which is fine for just teaching you what you need to know. Again, you can make as many pages as you need to make, okay? So we're going to continue with our linking. And now I'm going to show you how to link back to the home page and the index page as well. All right, my creators. So now I'm going to show you how to link back and forth between the index page, the pages in the document, and the home page. So I'm on the index page, and we're just going to go over to the Elements tab, and I'm on the Basic Shapes, and I got to this just by, in Elements, clicking on shapes right here. And you can choose see all, and I chose this one or this one. They're the same one, just upside down. So let me just click on this one. And I am going to move it over to the right a little bit. I'm going to turn it because what we're doing is making it look like a little tab. You know how you have um, notebooks and they have little tabs in them? That's what we're creating here, essentially, okay? So this one I love because you can make it into different sizes, okay? So we will, doesn't have to be that large. You can make it whatever size you want to make it. This is just very simple. All right, so that's one. Now we're going to get out of this, and in the Elements tab, we're going to choose Graphics, and we are going to type in the word home. And the one I want is actually right here. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to move it over to the top a little. You can make it larger or smaller, whatever you want to do. And I think I want to make this pink maybe a little deeper pink. Yeah. And I'm going to make this home a little bigger like that maybe. Okay, and I'm going to type a T on the keyboard. I'm going to make this a little larger and I'm going to type the word index. All right, and then we're going to move this over here because this is going to go over top of our tab. Okay, so it's at 90 degrees. The tab is a little too big, so we're going to make it a little smaller. Kind of move it down. All right. And index, I want the letters to appear a little further apart. So I'm going to click on this T and I'm going to make the letter spacing just a little larger. So we're just kind of playing around with it. And there we go. All right, so now I want the tab and the text to link to the index page, okay? So while I have the text clicked, I am going to choose the three dots. I'm going to choose link. And because I have my pages named, I am now going to choose the index page and it is going to link to there. Now I'm going to choose the tab itself. I'm going to do the exact same thing, link, and I want to link to index. All right, so that's linked. Now I want to go to home, and you guessed it, I want to link this to our cover page or our home page. All right, so now we have those items linked. I'm just going to use my mouse to select these, and now I'm going to copy, and I'm going to put these on our other pages. And let me delete these off of here. I had done these earlier to test them, but I wanted to show you. So now I'm going to choose paste. I right clicked and I chose paste. Okay, it pasted it there. Now I'm going to our final page and I'm going to right click. I'm going to choose paste. And there we have it. Now, you can also do the same thing by typing a T on the keyboard, and maybe you want to type in your website name or just your company name. So I'm just going to type in the Joy Art Club, and I'm going to click on the three dots. You would choose link, and right here you would type in your website name. So I'm going to type in www.joyartclub.online, if I can spell online correctly, and done. And now it's showing you that it's going to link to my page. Okay, so I'm going to move this down to the bottom, and I'm going to change the color of this text to, I'll make it a blue. Did it change it? It didn't change it. Let's go back in here, do it again. Okay, there it is. All right. So a lot of times you'll find people, sellers do this because that way when people buy these PDFs from them, it'll link right back to their website. So that's a good thing, to your Etsy store, your website, wherever you want them to go, your Facebook page, whatever you want them to do. All right. And you can just copy and paste this on every page if you wanted to do that. Okay. So now I'm going to show you what this is going to look like to your customer when they purchase your product. All right, my creators. So what you want to do in order to view it, you just want to click on share, download, and then you want to choose a PDF standard, okay, because this is a digital planner, and you want to download all 4 pages. You don't need to compress or anything like that. And now let's download, and Canva is downloading, and then it's going to give you a preview of your file. All right, my creators, here is our planner. And I got to tell you something. When we first linked this little button here, we linked it to the calendar page. That was before we created the index page. So I went back and changed this so that it opens up to the index page. Okay. So when we click on open, it should go right to the index page, and it does. On the index page, we are linking to the calendar page. It opens correctly. Now, if we click on the index button again, it goes back to index. If we click on monthly, it goes to monthly. And if we click on home, it goes back to home. So there is our beautiful planner. So you can create this, like I said, with as many pages as you want. It's absolutely, I think it's gorgeous. Canva makes it so easy to do. Very easy step. No matter how many pages you have, follow the exact same steps and you'll get the same result. All right, my creators, I hope that you got something from this video as always. If you'd also like a space for inspiration, tips, and encouragement, I have a Facebook group where I share coupons, ideas, and behind the scenes guidance. And you can also connect with other like-minded creators on the same journey as yourself. This video was meant to give you clarity and direction. The Creators Club is simply where I walk with you step by step, so you're not trying to figure it all out alone. If you feel like you're ready for the next level of guidance, you're always welcome to join us. You can find all the links in the description and the pinned comment. And remember, the more we create, the less we hate. And I'll see you in the next video.